Hey everybody, this is Brett, and I want to read some comments that were written on my easing off the vegan diet for now video, because I think some of them are really good and I've got some good responses for them and it's worth hearing. Okay, so Trisha Hoglin writes, I really enjoyed this video, Brett. When I met you, I was almost ashamed to say that I was not vegan. I thought you'd be disappointed in me. I tried a vegan diet for a while, but I didn't feel good. It just didn't feel right for my body. I enjoy mostly veggies and grains, but I love to have some meat, eggs, and dairy in moderation. When I do, I try to make sure it has no preservatives, hormones, and range-free vegetarian/grass-fed. And I wrote back, you are very wise, but don't ever feel ashamed. The vegan diet is the way of the future, but still live in the now. Strive towards it, but don't let the ego rule you. Thank you for the great comment. Philo writes, oil is great for machines, just not for people, smiley face. You just got to eat more calories to sustain veganism, smiley face. Potatoes, rice, quinoa, fruits, veggies, can't go wrong. Christina is awesome. I've met her in person. She glows like nobody I've ever seen in my life. And I write, making generalized statements is shallow and shows your dietary immaturity. You can't place people in a box. If you ever did holistic consultations, you'd get in deep water fast like Dan McDonald has with recommending the raw diet to everyone. And then I wrote another one here. Over time, vegan bodies get deficient. And I've seen this with so many people. And I know personally here in Asheville, because it's a progressive place, so many people that used to be vegetarian or used to be vegan, and eventually they got in trouble, just like I did. There are so many things for humans to learn in big capital letters about getting vegan and staying there, and it's not just a matter of eating potato, rice, quinoa, fruits, and veggies. There's a lot more to it than just diet. Even if it was a perfect diet, and there's no such thing, there's still a lot more to it than just the food. Anyone that thinks this is simply on a pipe dream. Sorry. I've seen what Christina, eats. Giant plates of fruits and greens. There is absolutely no way in hell that she can sustain on that diet. Freely already looks like a skeleton, and her and Harley, falling off their raw food diet big time and eating fast food riding in Thailand. Riding around on bicycles, eating not processed, but like packaged foods. You know, it's far from perfect. They're living on fun. They're having fun, and I like them. But I think that she doesn't look near as good as she did a couple of years ago. Way too thin, and you can see that. See, people that are like kind of big-boned, big-breasted women, you can see a wide jaw. Those people have more reserves than people that are deficient like myself. We don't have as much room to play with. Okay? So, they're already falling off their raw food diet and eating fast food in Thailand, blah, blah, blah. Ka Sundance fell off after being begged by his kids to eat eggs and cheese. Now, I'm not a dairy fan. And I've told you that I had my own goat and it didn't work, pure range free. So they're German, Ka Sundance and his family, his wife too. Germans have been big meat, we all know this. Go to Germany and see what they eat. Meat! There are vegans out there that say that humans' teeth, their teeth aren't meant to be meat eaters. They're meant to be vegetarians. Well, okay, well, let's look around the world then. Let's continue here. Germans have been big meat eaters for thousands of years, as have my Northern European ancestors and everyone else. It's a proven fact that we all evolved. Have you watched the documentaries? We've all evolved out of Northern Africa. They crossed the Red Sea roughly 70,000 years ago, and we all evolved from a small tribe in Northern Africa. We all used to be black. Okay? Now picture in your mind what Northern Africans eat. Gazelle! Animals. All kinds of animals. They probably ate at least 50% of their diet freaking animals. All humans evolved from that one tribe in North Africa. The Indians, the Russians, Europeans, everyone in South America, they all migrated out of North Africa. Meat eaters. Okay? Ask any anthropologist. You can watch the documentaries. They're on YouTube to watch for free. I can't remember what the name of them are, but if you put something like humans all evolved from Africa, if you put something like that, you'll find those documentaries. Ask any anthropologist. People with strong genetics can hang on a clean vegan diet better than others because they have the DNA reserves to pull it off. And of course they love to show off. There is an ego thing involved here. And if you think that vegans are like perfect, look at the feuds that have been going on between Dan McDonald and Harley and other people within the vegan community and the fruitarians. Now, we're all supposed to be like peaceful, right? After you've been vegan for a while, you're peaceful and you don't have any issues and you're just a nice person and all of that, right? Well, I've got news for y'all. That's not what I'm seeing out of them. And greed, you know, people doing unethical things like selling animal stuff on their products when they're supposed to be vegan. Not only just selling animal stuff, unethical animal stuff. Unethical. Okay. So, also, and according to how many people can actually eat vegan and become bodybuilders? Now, you know, you've seen the vegan bodybuilders, various vegans that state that are, you know, they're bodybuilders. I don't know if they're eating supplements like protein supplements or what, but they're looking good. You know, how many people do you think can do that? Can everybody become a bodybuilder, a vegan bodybuilder? Can anybody just stay vegan? Most people, there's no way in hell that they could even go vegan 4 years. I'm bragging. Okay, so the conclusion here I wrote is that everyone is different and each individual must listen to their own bodies and ebb and flow with their own cycles and terrains. And let's see. Esther writes, "Oh, so very much appreciate your ongoing honesty, humility, and inquiring mind. So very refreshing. Triple kiss. I've just read The Vegetarian Myth by Lierre Keith." Now bear in mind, this woman is vegan and raw food. Okay? She says that in a minute here. Makes a lot of environmental sense too, and that is a big thing for me to say. and having been a vegan raw foodist myself for years and yet becoming less and less healthy at 65. Who would have thought? Despite my best efforts to live and eat ethically, spiritually aware, and as close to nature as possible, I too am rethinking and experimenting. Although, if I had to, I could not kill a feathered nor furry friend. Okay, that's a big part of this. A lot of us love our animals. Okay? And not just dogs and cats, but we can grow to love chickens and goats and cows. We can grow to love all of them. But I don't know that it's just a matter of having the will to not eat them. Yeah, you can, but, you know. Despite my best efforts to live and eat ethically, spiritually aware, and as close to nature as possible, I too am rethinking and experimenting. Although if I had to, I could not kill a feathered nor furried friend. That was worth rereading anyway. Can't even put a worm on a hook to catch a fish, let alone pull the hook out of its mouth. The big dilemma. And getting someone else to do this for me seems unethical and dishonest. I understand. It's just wrong, right? And of course the animal industry is horrendously cruel. Just love your posts and lovely walks with Chakra too. You make me smile deep inside. Well, thanks, Esther. I wrote back, it doesn't matter, Esther. If you have to sacrifice your body to maintain your ethics, then that may be part of your purpose and challenge of this world. And it is true that there's a lot more to this whole thing than just the physical well-being, you know. Sometimes some of us have to undergo something beyond all that. But if you do decide to go back, then maybe eggs, especially right now. It's almost egg season. Easter, Esther. I just ate range-free organic eggs, sunny side up, fried in coconut oil, for those of you that are fans of that. I just ate free-range organic, sunny side up, fried in coconut oil, dusted with garlic, sea salt, chipotle pepper, and black pepper, hoisted onto a rice millet lavash with 1/2 an avocado. Oh my God, it was yummy. Bless you, sweetie. John D. writes, your honesty keeps me watching your videos. I wonder if it's our blood types that determine how easy it is to go vegan. I am O+, large frame, and it's been just too hard for me to quit cheeseburgers and beer. I wonder if my body type would still hunt for meat to eat if I were a caveman instead of eating berries and vegetables. Yes, that's the prescribed diet for type O. Also, throw in some Slim Jims and tater wedges, I write. Mirror Me Originals writes, thanks Brett, I went completely vegan for 6 months but had to come add some cheese back in because my nail started to get a deep indent at the base. The only reason I went back was because of the state of industrial farming and the awful conditions the chickens and dairy cattle are kept in, especially the chicks. This miserable life and their suffering is transferred via their consciousness into the eggs and so into your body. It's the same with the fish, unfortunately. Plus, please be especially careful here, as you don't know where they come from and what they've been contaminated with at this moment in time. If I come across purely range-free eggs, as in the chicks are in a farmyard and they're not fed wheat or corn, GMO, then I'll eat. As EMF sufferers, hubby and I are coping to complete on a new home soon, where we can begin our self-sustainably sustainability and have our own chickens and maybe get an aquaponic system going on for some organic trout. Love your movies. A great inspiration. Thanks. Thank you, Mermy Originals. I wrote, anyone that watches my videos knows that I'd only eat the best range-free meats. I get those along with free-range eggs and wild fish. Here's where you can buy chicken online, and I put a link there. Okay, so there's some more. CJ writes, your honesty and openness is refreshing. Fish and eggs are good for you. Enjoy. See, now that's the that's the easy-going response that I need. From a beautiful woman. What more do I need? Sable Cat's another favorite. Thank you, Jude. Writing, each being is unique and each day requires a new perspective to what we need for that moment. I enjoy hearing your insights, Brett, and the honest sharing of your journey. Peace and blessings. I might have to send you a free pillow someday, Jude. Ramona, I love Ramona as well. I think being fruitarian, vegetarian, a vegan, etc. are also healthy for you, but only for a time. If you feel really bound in fat, then you should do clean eating, such as being a vegan. But then when you're cleaned out, if it's okay to eat meat, fish meat, I think it's okay. Yeah. I think the body is not meant for black or white choices. I think you treat your body with what it needs, and when it's better for you to move on to the next thing it's craving, good for you for listening to your body. Thanks, Ramona. That's a good one. Sandy's serious. I love fish chowder, clear base. Alright. And Strange to Blue Water writes, Brett, the solar flares have been really awful, especially this week. They can really sap energy and make us feel bad. Last month and this month have been some of the worst in a long time. Just something to think about. And she puts a link to the Fox News. I checked it out. Man, there was a big-ass solar flare. That must have been the reason for this whole escapade of mine. Wait, there's more. Show more. Holy shit. Thanks for your honesty, Ron L. Ross. Sweet and simple from Rana. Zaith Leal, some beautiful European cutie, young cutie, writes, thanks for keeping it real with us, Rogers. Called me Rogers and spelled my name wrong. But that's alright. Y'all don't call me Rogers, please, though. Big hug and a kiss. Y'all can do that if you're girls. Julio60X writes, great big warm hug to you, Brett. Shay Shanti7, okay, let's hear this. I went pescatarian for the last year and smoked as well. And I smoked as well. After not smoking for years. But as the New Year's resolution, I cut out fish and cigarettes for 2014, and so far I've kept with it. You do what you can and go with the flow of the moment in an imperfect world, I guess, eh? That one got 3 thumbs up. Nice. See Shanti, 7. Ann writes, absolutely right, Brett. Sometimes it's 1 minute at a time. H. Jones was really glad to see this video. My feeling is that the body cleanses itself, of course, but in a toxic world you have to give it up a little bit. However, I definitely believe that we can overdo it. Good luck. Sebastian writes, one of my best videos. Love your wisdom, and that comes from real experience. Catherine writes, good on you, Brett. Do whatever you feel you need to do. Francis, there is organic meat out there. You just got to know who sells them. Norm writes, good for you. You have to listen to your body. Jersey Jane writes, you're a wise man. Your honesty is commendable. commendably. AgCSD, maybe that's Andre Agassi. Hi Brett, consider setting up a small home aquaponics system to grow some fish in your own consumption, for your own consumption, plus the veggies. That way you'll know they're treated well and you'll have no mercury or other nasties. Food for thought. Bless you, mate. I'll consider that. God knows, maybe I will. Maybe I'll grow chicken and fish, like the other person. Ricka Verisis says, listen to your body, Brett. If your body says, I need meat, then have enough meat to satisfy that craving. Your body always knows best. Armadillo123 writes, I have been vegan for over a decade and have had a few retreats myself. Eggs and fish for a month or so. However, even if my body is happy to include some flesh in my diet and I feel good, my mind always rebels. Aha! Exactly. I understand. I get the feeling that I'll be going back to vegan if I get the reserves built up again, and I'm sure I will. I'm sure that I'll just go for it again because I know that it just cleans you out. I didn't do all that for nothing, y'all. Think I've seen and read too much to be at peace with myself if I include any animal products in my diet. That was one of the wisest ones that I've seen here. Like, very honest and just kind of how I feel. I'm going to read that again. I have been vegan for over a decade and have had a few retreats myself. Eggs and fish for a month or so. However, even if my body is happy to include some flesh in my diet and I feel good, my mind always rebels. I think I've seen and read too much to be at peace with myself if I include any animal products in my diet. I liked that one. It's dead, flat, fucking honest. That's how I feel. Jason S. wrote, I swear I thought I was subscribed with this channel, laughing out loud. I'm the guy from good old North Kalikaki I'm not going to pronounce that. With terrible anxiety and panic right now in my life. I messaged you a while back thanking you for your Blue Ridge Parkway video and it being so relaxing to me. You know what I like about you, Brett? You're hard-headed enough to change, but not hard-headed. Read more, 11 more lines. Not hard-headed enough to not keep changing. We always love the comments that build us up, you know. I like it. It's good. I need it, okay? I know this is a very great thing for you, bud. Hey, go fishing yourself and catch your own in the rivers. Not around here, man. Maybe back in the Rockies at high elevations, but not around here. This is the East. You're completely right about in today's society it is impossible to be chemical free, for instance. All we can do is simply be the best we can. I personally think we should all eat for our body type though. Everyone shouldn't be vegan. I believe everything that robs you of some of the nutrients is something you should be getting in other foods rather than supplementing. That is a point. Now, is it better for me? Has it been better for me to get B12 in perfect balance with all the other minerals, along with I just went blank there for a second. B12 is a mineral, right? Not a vitamin. No, B12 is a vitamin. Yeah, B12 is a vitamin. Duh. Okay, so so the question was, is it better to get the B12 in perfect balance with all the other vitamins and minerals, and like also the iron in an organic state, and everything else, magnesium and the calcium? The calcium is in mega rich form in the fish, as well as the vitamin D. You know, the fish are collecting that vitamin D in their skin, just like the dog collects it in its fur from the sun. And when you consume it, you're getting it secondhand. Yes, it's probably not as good as actually absorbing it directly as in your skin. But, you know, it's probably better than consuming vitamin D3 in a capsule, wouldn't you think? Or consuming B12 in a pill, even methylcobalamin, however it's pronounced. So, you know, that's kind of a point. However, I truly don't believe that no matter how hard we try in today's society with the way our soils are depleted, there's another aspect, that we can get all that we need. So that's another aspect. Should we consume multivitamins or vitamins? I have never done well on multivitamins. For whatever reason, some of them aren't totally natural, some of them are synthetic. And no, I don't do well on Mega Food or the other one that's supposed to be a whole food supplement because they're soy-based and grown on soy. I don't do well with those. And so I really believe that we have to supplement correctly, even eating everything correctly. I don't groove with supplements. This is my hypothesis, not judging anyone. Man, I got to get one of those back rollers. Yes! Everyone should buy one of my, I'm telling you, my back rollers rock. And so do the Thai rollers. I'm so happy for you with your father. Me and my dad will never see eye to eye, it seems. God bless Jason. I said that too, you know. And I'll tell you what. This life is so fucking hard, Jason, that even the most steadfast egos get beat to the ground, and everyone will eventually have to bow down to love and get back together, no matter who it is. And that goes on, that whole scenario of bowing down to love and letting go of the ego will probably go on forever and ever and still be present in 20 lifetimes from now with each one of us. The beautiful thing with the way someone chooses to eat, this is from 4 Bored All Day 4. 4 Bored All Day 4. The beautiful thing with the way someone chooses to eat, ultimately there are no rules. Funny enough, I have been completely vegan for 9 months now, and just the other day I felt an urge to have a couple of eggs for breakfast instead of my usual fruit smoothie. My body has definitely felt better after I did that. I have no intention in eating any animal product, but if the time comes when I feel an urge, I will definitely act on it. Thanks for sharing. Wow! There's no ego from that person. Ren Holder 17 writes, vegan 7 years now. Sometimes I do get strange urges, and in the beginning I gave in a few times, but felt guilty after that. Just me, I guess. Angela Jones writes, nobody here thinks you're not human, Brett. You're full of humanity and all of its flaws. Thanks, Angela. Your journey is magnificent. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Ann Bear for Freedom writes, with a big bear face picture, listen to your body, my friend. It knows what it needs. How about some bear? Learn to trust it. Never sweat doing what you know is right for you. Yes, the world is imperfect, but you can create your own inner perfection to whatever extent you choose. I love you. Thanks, Anne. I love all of you too, sort of. Alright, are there any more? I guess not. Okay, so that was a lot of responses. I didn't read every one of them, so if you wrote a response and I didn't read it, don't be mad at me. Laura Ordell wrote, thank you, Brett, I needed this today. Hugs. Alright, well. Hugs are good, y'all, but I gotta get some in person. Alright, so I may be smiley today, but it was not an easy day. I'm actually still cleansing, believe it or not. I was feeling so shitty this morning, I had to do an enema, and I basically peed a lot today, and now I'm starting to feel a little bit better after eating a bunch of animal foods again. I think I've hit some deep pockets of toxicity in my body, to be honest. And if you imagine that scenario, I've hit some deep pockets of toxicity in my body that have thrown me a curve. And so I'm just dealing with it, and, comfort foods, that's my gig right now. Potatoes, bananas. I even ate some freaking peanut butter, So, on that note, I'd like to sing a little tune. Whatever gets you through the night, it's alright, it's alright. It's your money or your life, it's alright, it's alright.